I just want to go over some basic like chord transitions. And when I say transition, I mean playing one chord and going to the next, as smoothly as possible. Sometimes it's going to be a fight, but one of the first ones to start with is if you have your C chord to your G chord. At first, playing the G chord this way, if you've learned it with the middle finger, your second finger up on the root. But this way we're starting with our third finger on the third fret of the low E string. Our middle finger is on the second fret of the fifth string. The fourth, third, and second ring out open, and my pinky hits the high E string at the third fret. That's my G. And if you watch my fingers just move down, this position goes from... And that's something just to practice if you're new to the guitar. Holding the G chord with these two middle fingers, going to the C chord. That alone, if you're just beginning guitar, can be a lot to work on. So once again, if you have your C chord in this position here, your G chord is right above it, and the idea is locking these two fingers in position and just moving them up down to those two strings there. C to G. So that's one of the first transitions I learned. I think a lot of guitarists learn is going from that open C chord to the G chord. You can also just play your C chord to your G, as simple as this, but that's just a... Another one I like to show is going from A and if you've watched my video or other people's videos, they might show you to do your A chord this way or this way. Sometimes I do it this way. So if I have my A chord here, I have my fifth string open A, fourth, third, and second are all barred together. They're all fretted together. So if I'm in A and I want a D chord, my middle finger is just going to go to the third fret, and my index finger is going to bar the second fret at the third string and the high E string. So I can go from A to D. So that's another one. If you have your open E chord, and you're going to go to A, your third finger, it takes a minute, but if you can get it to just lay down here, there's your A, and I'm barring it with my third finger now. So I'm going from E and laying this finger down if you can get there. E to A. Another one you can do is if you're back on the A chord, my pinky now is going to hit the fifth fret on the second string, and my third finger, my ring finger, is now on the fourth fret of the G string, and I'm kind of playing an E, playing the root and the fifth above it, so I can go from an A, and I'm going to hammer these two here. This might be a little advanced, but so I'm going from A to E. So those are some simple chord transitions to work on. Your C to the G. I have A to a D. And I'm just sliding my index finger down to the bottom three and just concentrating there, letting that fourth ring out, that fourth string ring out. We talked about going from the E to the A by getting your middle finger, your third finger, to lay down. To just grab a little chunk of those middle strings here. I talked about the A going to the E. This might be a little bit of a stretch here. Chord transitions.